So we were discussing about Panda first.
Panda.
That's where we left the conversation. So it's a unique animal and owned by China.
Same as for the other ones that it gave me.
This took me by surprise, but so that's why his name is Panda, because he's unique. Now if I'll call him Black Onyx, that Onyx, whatever, it will not look that
Oryx.
good. Oryx.
Arabian Oryx.
Arabian Oryx. That will not. Hey, Arabian Oryx, no. Panda looks good. Yeah. Plus, Panda is chubby, is very favorite, very playful animal as compared to Arabian Oryx and the other you mentioned from New Zealand. That way, kiwi is also from New Zealand. The fruit.
The fruit.
And they have this bird, the national bird, long beak and big body, small body.
Toucan.
I don't know. Maybe that's the same animal. It has a longer peak, and then small looking bird. It's a bird, I feel. Chalo, dekhte hain. Anyways, so the topic of today's discussion,
Yeah.
you were saying, let's suppose nowadays the clients that are coming from UK because of the millionaire influx coming to Dubai, especially UAE, they want to skip the broker part and then they want to go to the developer. Thinking,
Not just the international. Even the local market. I have so many instances of clients saying that.
Interesting, because with me, I had one client from Germany. He was into manufacturing of this leather gloves. So he was a manufacturer. He came down and he said, Ali, I would rather buy it from the developer than you. Then of course he was coming with a big investment of 64 million. We bought a couple of lands here and there. But what changed his mind is that the value that we bring into, right?
Correct.
And that's where we were discussing some points are, the number one you said is,
There's a couple of different ones, but I think the first and foremost is that when you're going to the developer is not going to give you substitutions. It's only going to sell its product.
correct.
It's not going to give you market knowledge in the sense that we give our clients.
Yes.
The breakdown, the detailed analysis from area to area, depending upon what the return on investment in one area is, one project could be, is not what a different project could be.
The developer will not compare himself with other developer even if the plot is just right next to them.
Absolutely.
They will say, if let's suppose an example, this is Imar and this is Shobha, they will say we are uncomparable. Imar will say we cannot compare us to Shobha.
Absolutely.
Shobha will say you cannot compare to us. We have our own unique points.
See, that's the thing. The developer will never undermine its own product in order to give the client an unbiased opinion.
Correct. Agree. And on top of it, inventory.
Correct.
That is second point.
Yes, that was the second point.
Because once, let's suppose if I am a buyer and you are a developer, and the buyer goes to the developer and the developer will sell him anything in his inventory.
That is absolutely
Does not matter if it is next to the garbage, if it is next to the lift or maintenance room or water pumping room.
Correct.
He will say that is the best thing that you can get.
Right.
But matter of fact, it is not.
They are going to sell you the unit by saying that it's the best one, but in reality it won't be. Because for them, you are at the end of the day 1 in a million. They have so many clients coming through the door through agencies, through brokerages, or even if they're coming direct. For them, you are one of a very large group. But for people like us, because the market is very competitive and we know that unless and until we provide the client with value, he's not going to come back to us. So for us, the client is 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 even.
Correct.
So the level of service that we would be inclined to provide the client, he's not going to get the same thing from the developer side.
On top of it, you have to, I will agree. And one more thing on top of it, once the relationship manager, because the developer He will not send his HOS, head of sales, to you
Of
to
course.
close a deal.
Of course.
He will send his one relationship manager.
That is
That
correct.
relationship manager is only dedicated for that developer.
That
Right?
is correct.
Now he may switch the job anytime soon.
Absolutely.
So will be the agent. Right? But that's where we come into play, because as a consultant, our job, we are in the market. You've been living in Dubai for such a long time.
Correct.
I've been living in for 20 years.
Correct.
We know this is our home.
Absolutely.
But a guy who is new agent in the market, he's here just to make a quick money in and out. Okay. And then because that's not his field, he's not into sales, he's not into brokerage, he doesn't love real estate, just a quick in because that's the hype. So quick in, quick out, makes you money and then goes, booze, right?
Correct.
You need to
You call him the next day, numbers blocked.
numbers off, and then that's where we come into play.
Correct.
We need to provide them basic information. Okay, we need to go
Guidance.
for guidance. We need to go for unit selection.
Unbiased, unfiltered opinions.
We have a leverage over the developer,
Absolutely.
right? And then after sale service, who will do snagging for you? Who will do the rental?
Who's going to run after the developer to get you your SPA on time, to
Yes.
get your code
Yes.
to you so that you can do the resale or whatever. And that's the thing. See, I have a client, just as a personal example. This is the strength that we have. And it is showcased in this particular example. It just came to mind because I mentioned the SPA. He bought a property from me in Samana a year back. 1 year back, he bought a property from me. Ever since then, fully in touch. Anything that he's getting from other sources, he's throwing it my way and saying that, Omar, what's your opinion on it? So that already showcases that the guy has, confidence in our services. And now after a year, rather than going with anybody else, he's come and he's purchased a villa, a 4-bedroom villa
With the developer?
with us,
Okay,
through
okay,
us,
okay.
where he could go with the developer,
Correct,
he could
correct.
do all those things,
Correct.
but he's chosen to come to us. Now, why is that? Because throughout this 1 year, he's had so many instances where he was sick and tired of the developer.
Yes.
Because he would reach out, he would send emails to
It's a
customer
headache.
support.
It's a nightmare actually.
Going through that back end,
Yes.
he had that entire experience where he wasn't getting anything done. The minute he reached out to me, within 24 to 48 hours, his stuff was resolved.
Since you brought this one up, I had one client, currently I'm in conversation with him. We closed 2 units, one in, I don't want to disclose the project, okay? So we closed 2 units. He, without telling me, booked another unit in the new project of that developer by paying EOI amount, okay? And he did not inform me. So I had no clue that he had done investment in another project with the same developer, because he thought he can go and then close
Around.
Yeah, go around. And then out of blue moon, he texts me one day. He says, Ali, can you go and collect my funds?
You're like, sir, for which unit exactly are you
I'm
talking
like,
about?
which unit? As we have signed SPA, you have, the unit selection is there, everything is done. The building construction is now at 40%. There's no way a refund. This is what's going on in my mind, because while I'm reading the message, can you go and collect my funds for a refund that I applied and send me your Emirates ID because I need to attach in the email? I'm like, for 1 second, I'm like, what's happening? Okay.
You were flustered.
Yes. And then I said, which unit? Okay. I asked, because that's my question will be the follow-up.
Of course.
And then he said, I bought a unit and there was an EOI and the developer is not responding. I want to back out now. So they are refunding it. But since the client was international client,
Yeah.
and international refund is hard for that developer.
Absolutely.
So you need to be physically present or a local bank account. So that's one scenario that happened with me. And the reason I'm bringing this one up, because that's, developer will sell you anything.
Absolutely.
Coming back to back to square one.
For them, they'll sell you anything.
So
anything.
Number one, you said that it's leverage. We have negotiation skills. We can
course.
fight on the payment plan. We can make it
Exactly.
flexible.
Exactly.
Second
The
is
developer would be more inclined to provide us with certain leniencies rather than give it directly to the client.
that day I was reading on LinkedIn, a guy Hisham or Harshit. very good guy. He said, brokers, they flex X amount of billions closed, okay, or millions closed,
Yeah.
okay, and then there's a whole blog post. He says, dear developers, please appreciate your brokers
Yeah.
because you are nothing without the brokers.
Absolutely.
We bring the client, we cook the client, right?
We do the pre-work.
Pre-work, and then it's a closed client on your table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then let's suppose if the client will go directly to him, to the bro, because that's what's happening in future, because now actually developers wanna cut us off.
Cut out the middleman. But they will never be able to do that because they'll never be able to provide the client with the type of service that we do. It can't be replaced because it's already happening. How long has it been since the first time home buyer program came out?
I think good
Almost like 8 months, 7-8 months?
6 months, yes.
Around 7 months?
Yes.
Roughly?
Yes.
We still have a job? Right?
No,
We're
because-
still working?
Uh,
See, that's the thing. Like, if the developer was so good at dealing with the client directly, then why are me and you working? Why do we have a job?
that's
We should be out of a job by now.
yes, that's one part of the story, but then I would emphasize mostly on after sales. Developer job will deliver you.
Yeah.
Let's suppose the client is saying, you know what, I'll go directly to the developer, I'll cut you off, no problem. Then after sales, you
Exactly.
wanna rent it out. The
Correct.
snagging, it's so much work done, and then on top of it, the documentation that is required, the things that the developers require, the checks, the PDCs, it's just so many things.
I'll refer to a term that you used recently in one of our conversations, which was that two things actually. Number one, there's two types of people in this market in our field. One is a transactional individual who is just worried about he's there as a mediator to get the deal done, secure it, and that's it. Then he's out of the picture, right? That's about 80 to 90% of the people who are our peers in this industry. But we don't operate in that term. We operate as what we introduce ourselves as. We don't call ourselves agents,
Correct.
brokers. We don't do that.
Correct.
Why? Because these terms undermine the expertise and services that we do end up providing. We are portfolio managers at the end of the day. And I like to explain this to all of my clients. Now listen, when you're buying something from me, my job is to multiply that one property into two, those two into four, and so on and so forth. Have a growth in the portfolio. That's number one. Number two, you used this terminology the other day, and you said turnkey solutions.
Yes.
So we take our expertise in that sense.
Yes, because you need to, let's suppose a new client comes out from UK, US, Canada, Australia.
Doesn't know anything
New
about the
Zealand.
market.
He doesn't know how to, opening licensing, right?
Correct.
Mainland, freeland, how to open up a
Absolutely.
visa, and then how to sponsor a maid, and then opening up a company, formation, golden visa, schooling, all these things. We are residents actually, right?
Exactly.
20 years, 10 years, I don't know.
No, 18.
18 you. Okay, so I win.
You
all,
win.
all of his clients you need to contact me. I'm 20.
You've got 2 more years on me. You've got 2 years on me.
Okay, that's jokes apart. But you just mentioned it's off the topic flipping. Right? You just said clients are here in a transactional value. They want to flip it, right?
Flip or even future rentals. Even if you want to put it on rent, I'm the guy who's going to get it done for you.
Now my question is, because I have a client, he was same issue. He was like, so I'm gonna portray his question to you. Is flipping still possible in 2026?
Depends on the opportunities. Now, I'll give you an example, a very valid example. I won't take the name of the developer, but right next to Al Maktoum International Airport,
Okay.
part of Dubai South's initiative. 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, initially at launch, 450,000 for a studio.
450 for a studio, okay?
Master community, gated community,
Okay.
ton of amenities,
Payment plan?
lagoon based. Payment plan at that time, I think it was 60-40, 50-50, something like that.
Lagoon based. Now I got the developer. Okay.
See, you understood. Yeah,
okay.
I figured you would get it.
Okay.
So, I mean, he bought it at 450.
450.
So that's a flippable product. So it depends on what the product is. Now, if you're gonna say that, Omar, there's a project in Dubai Marina which there is, by the way. Again, I won't take the name of the developer. 1.7 million for a studio.
No.
I'll never give that.
It is already saturated.
It's already saturated. I would never give that to my client. This is the point. See, that developer is selling its product for 1.7 million for a studio. In 1.7 million, if that same opportunity was there for the Dubai South one at that point in time, I could have given my client like 3 or 4 properties in that. And he would have made at least minimum 40 to 50% return on equity in terms of invested amount. So flipping is there, and this kind of ties into what we were talking about, which is that developer, which is in Dubai Marina, selling that 1.7 million dirham studio, it's gonna say my product is the best.
Of course, the developer gonna say again back to the
Exactly. So that's the whole thing. The developer will never undermine itself. Our job is to guide you as advisors, as people who have your best interests at heart.
Yes.
And developer will never do that. The developer will never ever do that for you.
Yes, they will never, because they'll try to pitch whatever they have.
Exactly. And how are they going to manage your portfolio if you have different assets in your portfolio?
You should not put your eggs in
Exactly. Diversification is so important. And how are you going to diversify in the same developer? So if you have different assets in different developers, who's going to manage that for you?
Then you need a PRO. You need to hire him.
So, I mean, we are that. That is what we are, basically.
I've seen investors, they have one PRO.
Yeah.
And then if you reach out to them, they said, okay,
reach out to this guy.
Yes, reach out to this guy. And then that guy never responds because he don't care. He have a
He
fixed
doesn't
salary.
care. Exactly.
And then, and he'll just sends one list.
Absolutely.
And then he sends one list. This is the list. You sell it.
This is the list. Sell it if you want.
Yes.
That's it. No relationship building. No nothing. Sales or anything like that. It's no longer just about, it's about relationship building.
It's about value.
It's about value. What are you bringing to the table? And that's where our value is. Because at the end of the day, we're not getting a fixed salary. We're not making anything unless we make our clients money.
Yes.
Because so that's where our success is. Our success is tied to our client's success.
Yes.
For the developer, it's not. Again, tying it back to the main topic of discussion. For the developer, it's not.
Yeah.
The developer is one and done.
Yeah.
For us, it's not one and done.
If we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus, we need to multiply. Yeah?
It's a long-term, mutually beneficial relationship.
Yes. And then you get references,
Exactly.
If I give you a good unit and then you made money on it, of course you're going to get me a reference.
Absolutely. You're satisfied with my services. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. And then I think that's it. You've covered everything.
There was one more.
Yeah.
What was the third? There was a third thing that we were discussing as well. So it was,
unit selection is there. After sales is there.
After sales.
And then value relationship building is there.
Guidance in terms of portfolio management.
That's pretty much it.
I think we covered pretty much
everything.